So I'd like to introduce you to our player right here. Now, according to the translation I looked up on it, his name roughly translates to the god of the cannon breech and the ammo rack. And I know that's obviously Google Translate because Google Translate's just funky. But if that's funny, that would be like a sort of a track and barrel torture kind of meme, but I guess in Chinese. But this is a player that was brought up. So if you give me a replay, recently Gaijin's replays are, as usual, they're atrociously bad and are always inconsistent as heck. However, this is a guy that was brought up as a player. Now, the replays in question that I have been getting, unfortunately, Gaijin, because they keep refusing to fix small things, the commander site, the physical commander site that they added to the game is broken. You just get a gray screen when I look at it. I have maps when I see, like you can see, Fields of Normandy as usual. You can see people tracking through walls and stuff. The biggest thing with the replays now is that Gaijin is making it to where sometimes the gunner site is just you looking through the barrel of the gun, which means it's going to have all the bushes and stuff blocking you in the front, and it's impossible to record the replay. And reloading the replay doesn't work, changing sites doesn't work, changing the perspective doesn't work, changing graphics settings doesn't work. So I literally can't use those replays anymore. So I apologize if I don't use your original replay, but I tend to look at other replays anyway because it just makes more sense to kind of do a wide range investigation, especially if the player's trying to be subtle like this. In this player's case, he's obviously staring directly at a player through, I think that's 4 or 5 hedgerows, like solidly through it. He stares at this guy through the binos, stares at the player right there through that, and then you'll see him. That guy moved. He's farther back now, and he is just staring at him through all the things. Now he gets marked there, but the chevron is not center mass, like we know for sure. And then he does that, and you can see that player on the map is way over here, and he stares at our friend over here. Now you can see thermals a little bit, but the first 3 indicators of people staring at people through all manners of terrain and everything else, and like I said, look, he's staring at a Type 10 he can't see at all. Knows he's there, it's whatever. So the biggest thing with this to realize is that now I realize I forgot to show his record. So he's relatively new account. When I say that, so arcade, mained arcade, and now is not maining arcade. He's playing only realistic. And he is extremely good, at least to some extent. Not even that good, but you realize he only played arcade, and arcade, he was terrible in arcade. Now he's playing top-tier realistic, and he's extremely good at the game. Extremely good in a general sense of the fact that he's a cheater. I will mention, as always, if you want to leave a replay, I do check all the replays. Sometimes they're not the original one that you sent me, but in reality, it's the same player, and that's all that really matters. I do also mention that if you need to, if you do get the player an ID and replay, make sure your ID is correct. I've had a couple replays recently where I have been sent the wrong ID. Now, granted, I'll check the name and I'll check the replay because the replay, if you give me a name and a replay, the replay correlates to a name if the ID is incorrect, and then I can correct the ID if that's incorrect. So do just make sure you have the right idea because the last 3 that I looked at were all wrong. So I can get ID later if I need to, and if you can't, because if you can't get it, I know some people can't do it on console, or they don't know how to get it. I do have a guide to it in the pinned comment on how to find the player ID. So if you do need that, that is available there for you. It's crazy to me that this is still able to get away with. Also, don't just assume you'll queue. Try to do a little bit of your own investigation. Give me a description of what you're seeing. Try to look at it objectively and go from there. I currently am posting basically 6 videos a week right now, and that's what I'm trying to work with. And if I do skip a couple days, I did skip a day this week, mainly due to the fact that I lost power in my house. And I was in the middle of recording while power, and granted I have a battery backup, so it wasn't the worst thing in the world to deal with. I just was discouraged and stopped because we were out of power for like 6 hours here. So luckily it wasn't 105 degrees outside because it's been getting super hot here recently. So if you need If you want to leave me a replay, as always, I do appreciate replays. If you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comments below. And as always, I'm always available to receive any photos or whatever you need to. I don't give that out here. If you want me to give you a Discord, if you want to talk about a cheater or whatever, blah blah blah, I can give you a Discord. I'm not super responsive on said Discord because I don't use it that often, just for privacy reasons. But as always, if you need to get me there, I will give out the name if you need it. I put it out in a couple of my videos before. And if you want to send me a message just saying whatever, I'll get to you there. So as always, I hope you have a good rest of your morning, day, evening, or night, and have a good one.